Hey everybody, this is Ray Halsted and Andrew McMillan with RHCPA. Today we want to talk about the tax consequences of whenever you receive reimbursements from your company for vehicle mileage. A lot of you out there work for a company or you have your own business. If you work for a company and you submit mileage and they reimburse you based on your mileage, or if you have a small business and you do a reimbursement to you for your mileage, or you write that mileage off on an annual basis, there's some tax consequences whenever you go to sell that vehicle that not a lot of people are aware of. I got Andrew McMillan here with me today. Andrew, what can you tell us about the tax consequences of getting reimbursed mileage?
Well, it can certainly catch some clients off guard, that's for sure. You know, most people, when they trade in a car that they've used personally, that they feel like they've always used personally, it's usually not a taxable event because you almost always traded in at a loss, you know, for less than what you purchase it for. But if you're receiving mileage reimbursements, that mileage reimbursement not only is reimbursing you for your miles, but it's broken down into several different pieces. There's like a wear and tear piece, like a depreciation piece to that mileage reimbursement. And you have to keep track of that depreciation piece because that depreciation piece reduces your tax basis in that vehicle. So if you bought that car, truck, whatever for 30 grand and you've been getting mileage reimbursements from your employer for the last 5 years, that could equate to maybe, you know, $5, $6, $7, $8,000 of depreciation reimbursement. So instead of buying that car for 30 grand, now you've bought it for, you know, $22,000, or now you've depreciated it down to $22,000 based on that depreciation reimbursement that's included in that mileage reimbursement. So if you trade it in, you know, you have to make sure that if you traded in for like $25,000, well, now you've got a $3,000 taxable gain when you thought you were going to have a loss. That would just be, you know, a non-tax issue. So it's just something to be aware of, that if you're receiving mileage reimbursements, the rate changes some every year. So just keep track of how much mileage you've submitted and been reimbursed for, because you want to make sure that you understand what the depreciation piece of that is. If you do and when you may potentially trade that vehicle in, just to make sure that if you do have a taxable gain, you know, it's treated properly or you can plan around it. So the mileage rate, like I said, does change some every year. I think right now it's around 67 cents per mile, but it's not all just for your miles. There's a wear and tear, a depreciation piece to that you got to understand.
So it's something you definitely need to track on an annual basis to make sure you keep up with, because the numbers do change every year. It's not like you can get to the very end and say, well, let me just do a blanket calculation. Like, you need to keep track of that every year.
You do. Mm-hmm.
Well, really good information, Andrew. If you receive mileage reimbursements and you're getting ready to sell your vehicle and you want to understand the tax consequences, feel free to give us a call and we'll help you out. Thanks.